more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, my top Billin villains, your boy still jonesing on this particular game between Georgia and Alabama because, man, it's one of the better games that I've seen. Such a high-level chess match, great personnel across the board. I want to do this one a little bit different right here. So I'm going to tell you right now, 99% of you people go ahead and hit that exit button and go, right? Because I'm just going to sit here and you're pretty much going to see what I would do on a normal day here, looking at some of these plays. And I want to focus on this one drive here. It was when it was 19-18 in the fourth quarter with about 7-something minutes to go. And you could almost feel the ebbs and flow of this game. And you were to think that Georgia had this particular ball. Georgia had the ball at this particular time. And if they could not convert, that Alabama would probably get the ball, drive down and either score or just score a field goal. It was 19-18. They just needed a field goal. So it's like, man, what can Georgia do to really eat this clock? And Alabama knows it needs to eat this clock, and it just needs to run the timeout, if anything, because it's already winning the football game. So this was a high-level chess match, but this was some straight gangster shit right here. It's one of the most gangster drives. So I just want to study this drive and kind of bring you into it. So you may have a couple of jokes here and there or something like that, but I'm really just getting down to the brass tacks of the matter. So if you don't like that type of stuff, if you're one of these people who would come on my channel and complain and be like, man, you only showed 2 plays in 900 minutes. This channel isn't for you in the first place. Like I said before, this shit is a direct representation of shit that I did or I was a part of when I was playing. We would go over one play for like 20 minutes ad nauseum. So I'm going to do shit the way I do it. I'm the one that's successful at this. You're watching me. Why are you complaining? This shit is free. Go on about your business. There are 50 million football channels on YouTube. I'm not sweating any one particular person. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to always do my thing there. But we can get to it right here, man. I absolutely love this brand of football. And right here on the very first play, I always look at the personnel and I look at the formation and how it's derived and what they're trying to really accomplish here. So you got a balanced formation and you're working with 12 personnel, ace personnel here. Fitzpatrick, Darnell Washington in the game. You got a condensed formation or condensed splits here from George Pickens and Jermaine Burton. So under center, James Cook in the game. You really don't know what you're going to be able to – you don't really know what's coming right here. You just have to understand situational football and understand what's coming from there. But as we see here, zone play, decent gain, right? I think like 3 or 4 yards. Let's go back to this. And why were they doing this, right? What's the cause and effect nature of this right here? Let's see if I can go through some of the things right here. First thing I'm going to look at is if it's a zone play, why are they running to this particular direction here? So I always want to kind of count the players in the box and which side of the football they're on. So for right here at the center, there is 1, 2, 3, kind of 4 people in immediate danger here. Let me see if I clear that out right there. Go again. On this side of the ball, 1, 2, 3. So on a zone play, think about this, right? You're meant to get that natural cutback crease. So if you're running this way, chances are you want to be able to cut it back this way anyway, and then that's when the bodies should be a little bit more lighter. I would think if they're flowing to the ball this way, it's going to be a little bit lighter that way. So you can get that organic crease, and they're able to really hone in on that as an offensive line there, and then you can get something. And it really does kind of shake out that way. I don't think James Cook saw it. If we go back again right here, hit it right there. So there's a couple of different directions. James Cook sees this right here, but if you were to think about it, if he were to cut that back off Cedric Van Pran's hip right here, man, he may be off the pay dirt one-on-one with the safety back here, probably Jordan Battle. So it'd be a good battle right there, right? Going against Jordan Battle. Or it's probably Helms, depending on it's probably Helms when I think about it there. If we see right here the offensive line doing work, one thing I must point out, when they were able to get to this particular set right here, Georgia, with Broad Jones in the game and then Jamari Sawyer here at right guard, because I'm not sure what happened to Erickson. I wasn't watching the TV telecast of this. I didn't have to sound like that. But you have Schaefer in the game, of course, Van Pran, and then you have Sawyer, and then McClendon here. And then you have pretty much extra lineman in Darnell Washington. I think this cat, I've said it before, he could be a top 10 pick. If he were to just grow into his body and become a tackle, he would be like Tyron Smith or Dwayne Brown, guys who started at tight end in college and then transferred or transitioned to a tackle. And I look at them, both of those guys, multi-time Pro Bowler, all pro types. He has that type of talent with blocking. And Fitzpatrick is a really good blocker as well. So you would have to think, knowing the personnel, that this was going to be a run play there. And we can see they had it blocked up pretty well. McClendon doing work here. Broad Jones, super athletic guy, right? He's able to wall and seal there. And look at the, man, if he could have saw this, ooh, buddy, it would have been nasty. I want to say it was the previous drive that had this particular play with James Cook that went for a huge gainer. So they go back to it this time with Zamir White, and it has a pretty good effect as well. I believe it's from the other side, though, here. So you're going to have this tag counter, of course. Going to have counter action here from Zamir White. You're going to get Schaefer on a seal, Broad Jones pulling around as well to create that alley. But Zamir White has good vision with this, and he's able to find a cutback crease. The line floats hard, extremely hard. The rest of the guys who aren't pulling, they're flowing down this direction right here, which really, as a defender, I'm here to tell you right there, you start seeing that your natural instincts is to search and destroy, seek and destroy. You want to go hard that way as well because you want to kind of beat them to a spot. So with them running with the counter action and then pulling guards as well, that should have fucked with your mind something serious, man. I'm here to tell you. So run it here. Oh, man. What happened? Who's that right there? Oh, is that McKinstry? Come on, man. Man named Kool-Aid. Come on, you can't be doing that, man. That's why this had to happen to that man. Let's be real here. The law of averages had to say this man had to get that sugar knocked out of his ass. This shit was hard. Look at this. Look at that flow, and look what that flow does to everyone. Let's look at the defenders first. Right? They're flowing this way. You can see the defenders going hard because they want to beat them to the spot. Will Anderson here, if you notice, they're running away from Will Anderson, right? Having him potentially chase down plays backside, pause, but you got John Fitzpatrick over there taking care of business. Everybody flowing that hard. He skips it off that inside hip of Broad Jones, and this is not what you want to see if you're a corner. I'm telling you this right now. I've never played cornerback. I was blessed to play safety, but of course you playing safety, you get to play a little bit of corner, so safety's a lot bigger than corners are, although he's a pretty decent sized corner here. But going against a guy like Zamir White, although Zamir White is not as big as I thought he was going to be, he's still a big physical back right there. And you see a cat like this coming down, you can see he almost made a business decision. But look, how is he already on the ground? Zamir White not even there. He still tried to punish him. He punished the man that fertilized himself, and then that man passed away. That wasn't the same McQuinstry or whatever his name is. He was done. He passed away and woke back up as a walker. Look at him. Right there. He was still out there playing. That's why they was able to bombs away on them shit like that. But he was walking around like, and you know when your homeboy turned to a walker on your team, you don't want to be mean about it or whatever like that. You just be like, all right, man, you go over there with that. That man was a walker. Come on. That's hard. I love this tackling guard pull right here, especially with the counter action going to it. Everybody crashing down extremely hard. Everyone's trying to field there. You see DJ Dell here roll past the play. That's nothing but airspace and opportunity, but McKinstry did do a good job of getting him on the ground, at the very least being roadkill. He's already on the ground. He slipped on purpose, man. Come on. He lucky who's that came by right there. Was it Will? Yeah, always Will Anderson and Christian Harris, of course. Great play. I'm going to let this play right here. This has the bones of a split zone, but it's ran with draw action to it. So you see the draw action, but it's not ran like a split zone. But I want you to concentrate on this cat right here, Darnell Washington. Somebody straight up, somebody get to this cat, get this video to this cat, at least this portion right here. Bro, you are a top 10 pick if you convert to tackle. Darnell Washington, you are a top 10 pick if you convert the tackle. You are an amazing blocker. An amazing blocker. You have your footwork would go up a level because you would be dropping down a level as far as the athleticism you'll be going against. Instead of going against linebackers and safeties, you'll be going against defensive ends. Bro, it's a no-brainer. You're going to make $1 trillion at tackle. Look at this man right here. Coming off against Dallas Turner right here. Dallas Turner going to be a superstar as well. But look how big Darnell Washington is, and look how he swallows this man up, Pauls. Look at that. His head popped up at the top like Jack in the Box. Look at that. This man is absolutely destroying this man right here. Hands on the inside. Look at him. He got him up like, I told your motherfucking ass, do not come up in this club. He's club bouncing from the tight end position. Look at this. Dallas Turner's like, no. It's like child abuse. No, leave me alone, Mr. Washington. Look at that. He can't go nowhere. He got that man hemmed up. As far as the run play right here, I'm not sure about this one. Like if it's ran with that type of split zone action, I see him searching and shifting right here. I'm not sure if he's meant to bounce this off the inside hip of John Fitzpatrick. There's really nowhere to go right here. They really played this very well. Obviously in hindsight, which a lot of people do, when you're inside of a play, man, the shit is bang, bang, split second. There's no way he would have saw something like this there. So it could be a natural field thing, but right here, I can see that right there. If he is able to go out that hip, if he's going to Darnell Washington doing his thing right there, Fitzpatrick get it up in there, but he goes right to toe-to-toe and he gets tackled there. Inside zone. However, if you look at this, the sausage is made Broad Jones, future top 10 pick in my opinion. Brock Bowers, future top 10 pick in my opinion. I'm not sure what happens with toe-to-toe here. He looks like he's in position to fill this particular gap right here. He comes up to come up and fill that particular gap there. But that man comes out here. It does look like it has the bluffings of a particular zone read with the way Stetson Bennett can keep it and go it out the back door this way. So maybe that. But you would think Jordan Battle right here would be the replace player and toe-to-toe can stay where he was at. He just vacated and pretty much gave the lane up to Zamir White right here. Look at that. Straight vacation, nothing to it. One more. Has to go back. We'll go back right here. Look at the angling off between Bowers and then Broad Jones getting up to the second level. Toe takes himself out of play. Broad Jones didn't have to do nothing. He can stay on the combination block right here and help seal off. So now it's up to Battle right here to replace Toe. If that's the assignment, we don't know these kids' assignments. So that's one thing about football. People, you think you know, but you have no idea until they come out and at least say it. So maybe he was the replace player right here to make sure Stetson Bennett does not go out the back door, but it seems a little weird that they would have a pure vacation there. Nobody there. Front side players here, let's look at them. From Schaefer to Van Pran, Sawyer to McClendon and Fitzpatrick. So there's a slant. There's a slant from DJ Dell here. He takes himself out of the play. I guess he was thinking that they were going to run right. He takes himself out of play with a combo. He gets washed away like rain, like hurricane rain right there. Fedarian Mathis here coming up. He gets slapped in his mouth. He's nothing to it. Schaefer done slapped him out. And then once again, he's able to get to the second and third level. And then, shit, he's battling his ass off, man, running extra hard. This is a damn drive for your ass, man. Shit. Damn, transfer portal ain't no joke. People going portaling. All right, so back to where it started at. Tackle and guard pull. This time from the other side here. Get to see the ability for the line to have that much athleticism across the board. Remember, I said it was all guards when it was Sawyer at the left tackle. But now you got a tackle, and then the rest are guards or interior linemen. McClendon to me is kind of an interior lineman in the next level as well. But this time you get to see Sawyer pull, same thing with McClendon here and everybody doing work. But this signified to me the end of Alabama in this game right here. This was hard. Look at that. Look at the patience from Zamir White. But look at him keep driving and driving and driving. He's still going. Driving Miss Daisy all the way down the street. That's hard. Absolutely nasty there. I love the patience that he ran this with. And, of course, Bowers in the game. Fitzpatrick. Bowers is a good blocker. You see him going. I had him on the last one going head up with Aiden Hutchinson. Now listen, I want all you people to apologize to Aiden Hutchinson. Will Anderson had a game very much like Aiden Hutchinson had against Georgia, if not worse. So why are you getting on Aiden Hutchinson? I believe it goes beyond football why you're getting on Aiden Hutchinson, because you need to get on Will Anderson too then. It's just one game. People always put stock in the one game. Nobody cares about that. That's why you guys thought A.J. Terrell was going to suck, because he played against Jamar Chase and had one bad game. Now look at him. So what's up now? So look, that man pulling around Dallas Turner, he had to just brace for impact there with Sawyer. But, man, I love him putting his hand right on McClendon's hip there and feeling the flow there and then sticking that foot in the ground, getting vertical. Fitzpatrick know he can block his ass off as well. He's down there doing work on the third level. Man, ran through a tackle from Christian Harris, one of the best linebackers we've seen, and dragging DeMarco Helms. Just kept going right there. Right there, you could see the soul just leave their body, and they started to just shrink. Like, and it was just 19-18. They were able to take all that time off the clock. It was an absolute perfect drive, but then it ended with a score. Well, this was with 2nd and 3. They didn't end up getting this, but they're chewing up clock anyway, so it didn't matter. You're going to have a couple of downs to try to get a few yards, and it's Georgia. You can see the tilted nose on this one. So Alabama's going back to the old school set. Mount Cody time up in this bad boy. But you get hard flow action from the offensive line on this one. However, you get McClendon here. He's going to be leading out with Fitzpatrick and Bowers. It's a pitch to James Cook on the perimeter here. Stetson tosses that bad boy. DeMarco Helms does a good job of running to the perimeter here and stopping this. I actually thought he got the first down on this one, but it didn't really matter. Look at that action right there. Influence blocks, right? Influence action. If the line's moving that way, what I tell you about your keys, at the very least it worked on the lineman. You got good vision here from Christian Harris and To'o to be able to recognize that. But you also got these guys sealing off. So that's exactly why you do that. Great job by Bowers here as well on blocking. His guy didn't even get off the bus. He's still on the bus. He's still in the driveway and park with it. So it's one-on-one right here. He made Dallas Turner jackhammer himself, but Helms is a really good player, very good player, and he's able to stop him. I thought he got it, but I don't know. You have to see there. But it was a nice, timely call. It was obviously a tendency breaker from what they had been doing, and you guys know the rest. So on 3rd and 1, you guys know the rest. This was history. This sealed the game, in my opinion, right here, because it made Alabama have to scramble. You always think that it might have been better for them just to get, I don't know, it's a tendency breaker. So if you're going to score, you're going to score. I do think they could have got 1 yard and really bled the clock. But if you got a chance to score, you do your thing. So it looks like it's going to be inside zone, but you got a kind of a perimeter release from Brock Bowers here. Stetson Bennett able to get it past or over Jordan Battle for this on the perimeter there, and it was a nice tendency breaker as well. The last 2 plays, definitely tendency breakers. You can see everybody crash super hard. To'o stayed at home there. Bennett able to get it to the perimeter slightly there. Ooh, snap. I didn't even notice that. Look at this. He got binked. Bink. So, he was drowsy, right? He's drowsy. He was weak in that Bernie's. Luckily, they didn't have to do anything on offense after that. We did see him on Good Morning America, and the people were saying that he was drunk or whatever like that. He wasn't drunk. His ass was drowsy from that right there. But get it to Bowers, and, of course, you get him out in space. He's just too quick, too fast, man. He's going to do his thing. Touchdown. So there you have it, man. The anatomy of a drive right there. I'll do this all day long for certain drives or I'll go over 2 or 3 plays for a long time just to really hone in on. That's the stuff that I'm doing, man. Don't try this at home, kids. All right? What's your boy Murph, the Underground King, the DMV King, baby. Top Billin sports. Congratulations again to Georgia. Salute to Alabama. Alabama will be back with a vengeance. If you stop making all them fucking excuses, if you don't talk shit before a game, then make excuses afterwards. Tough break, right? Jamison Williams, no doubt about that. Tough break, but next man up. It's Alabama. You guys stump your chest every year in recruiting, all these guys, but then you lose and you start talking about guys you knew weren't even going to play in the first place. All the Alabama fans said that Alabama was going to beat Georgia's ass. So what does John Mechie have to do with anything? We knew he wasn't going to play. Why are you mentioning people like Jason McClellan and all this? You might as well mention Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson there, man. You see how we was playing with Trent Richardson. You know, we would have had Trent Richardson. That type of shit is annoying. Georgia missing all kinds of players too. I ain't see Arian Smith out there. George Pickens is a shell of himself. Where's Dominic Blaylock? Warren Erickson clearly got hurt. Next man up, right? Injuries on both sides of the coin. Don't use that as an excuse, man. I hate that. That shit. I don't like people who use excuses in life, man. People who run with excuses, man, the type of people who talk to the cops. I don't talk to the cops out here, baby. I'm just playing, man. Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.